Hello my gorgeous people, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are from the 14th until the 20th of December 2020. And I am going to start with my gorgeous and with my ever so precious, my beautiful Erini. Erinis, my gorgeous Erinis, you need to understand that you are going to have a bit of a challenge this week, and the way this challenge is going to happen, the way this challenge is going to unfold, it is just kind of going to make you think that there is no way out of the particular situation, and there is most certainly indeed. What you need to do, my gorgeous Erinis, this week, and what you need to remember is that you need to continue the effort. An important effort needs to be continued, my gorgeous Erinis, until full success is attained. Just remember, this is an important moment in time for you to also understand that this particular week and this particular stage, that what is actually going on right now, what is actually creating your problem, what is actually creating your negativity, what is actually creating an obstacle, it's also at the same time going to be the main source of motivation. But this is just all going to be like a little bit of a test that you're going to go through this week, my gorgeous Erinis. What I want you to understand at the same time, it is the motivation, very important motivation is going to come through, very important motivation is going to come forward. You are going to benefit from being in touch or being in contact with this particular person, and that particular person is going to answer your question, but most importantly, it's about the motivation. And when the right person manifests in our lives, and when that particular right person makes us feel good, makes us feel optimistic, makes us feel excited about ourselves or about specific elements about our lives. These people are meant to be in our lives because that particular person is going to bring you motivation, inspiration, which is most certainly going to really get you going. It's going to help you to understand things way beyond, my gorgeous Erinis, because you are going to plant an important seed. So this week is going to bring you change, but it is going to be rather complex moment in time that you will be going through indeed, because it is going to start with a little bit of a confusion at the beginning of the week, but by the time you get to the end of the week, it's about a victory. You are going to make an important choice, which is going to be quite a positive thing later on, in particular when it comes to the actual March and April 2021, my babies. So this is the seed that I'm talking about. So this is a great moment in time for the planning when it comes to those things that you need to plan for the long term, but also to focus on things that are kind of uncertain to you, and on those things that are kind of make you kind of worry, because there are going to be lots of realization that you will have this week, apart from just ideas. On another hand, you are going to have a rather victorious moment in time, and I'm so happy for you because I know how much this is actually going to mean to you, my gorgeous Erinis. It's about the victory that you are going to have, and also it is the choice, a choice. At around the time when you are celebrating your own victory, my gorgeous babies, there is also going to be a remarkable choice that you are going to make, and the choice that you are going to make is going to help you to recognize, what exactly do you need to do, and which exactly steps you need to make in order to achieve the full success. This week is most certainly going to be very important when it comes to promotions, awards, or and the actual opportunity with unlimited possibilities, and this is going to arise when you least expect, my gorgeous Erinis, indeed. Sorry, I'm just going to see now what is your tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Erinis. What is going to be your tarot card of the week? You're going to surprise yourself this week, but in the best possible way, because you're going to move on, you're going to move on, and when you move on from the situation that is no longer serving you, that, it has this from the situation that was a part of your life for a long time, when you move on, you will see that it was so much easier. but it's about you when you're going to be ready in order to accept certain challenges, my gorgeous Aries. Well, there you go. Ace of Coins, my gorgeous Aries. Sorry, Ace of Coins. This is a remarkable time when it comes to new plans, when it comes to optimism, but it's also a remarkable time when it comes to you feeling very, very wise, and you also feeling like a full of ideas. There is, you know, this is going to be quite important week, my gorgeous Aries, when it comes to you not only focusing, when it comes to you having a control over a situation, but also most importantly, it's you're gonna move on this week, and also you're gonna have a remarkable news, and the remarkable news that you're going to have, it's going to be connected to the previous accomplishment, something that you have been doing, something that you have been expecting, something that you have been waiting for, but then at the same time, more importantly, it's about the victory, and it's about the choice, and it's about the opportunity, and it's about the new beginning that is not even going to seem that significant, that's huge, but this is going to have lots of stages, my baby. So an option, an opportunity that is going to bring you a really great moment of the actual personal security. As I say, the March and April 2021 are going to be remarkably important when it comes to everything that's happening in the actual December. And all the energy that you're putting in towards things are going to pay off like beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. But just expect that this Ace of Coins is the new idea, new direction, new opportunity, new victory. It's going to lead towards the actual victory. So regardless what is going on, you are going to have a brand new path open right for you, my gorgeous Aries, and you are going to like it because it's going to refresh you in so many different ways. But two particular things are just going to be absolutely mind-blowing as well, because every time when you think about this, it's just going to make you feel so much better about yourself. So most certainly it's time to step in, my babies. Most certainly time to step forward. And it's most certainly time to ignore the negativities and just keep going and keep going and keep going. You're going to realize how powerful you are, but you're also going to realize the significance around the certain things in your life that are going to require your attention, but at the same time, it's just going to make you feel so much better about yourself. Try to reward yourself this week if you possibly can. Get something for yourself, you know, get something like but especially when it comes to like things on a spiritual level, you know, things like a little crystals or little statues, you know, just reward yourself, you know, give a little present to yourself this week. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Taurinis, my gorgeous Tauruses, my beautiful Taurinis. Do you know what? You are going to have just a little bit of a setback in material holdings, but then again at the same time it's not going to be nothing that is just going to completely surprise you. So it's just something ongoing that is going to require your attention, because there will be a little opportunity right then and there for you, my gorgeous Taurini. So at this time when you are kind of worrying about maybe financial situation or like uncertainties like created and caused over the last few months, indeed, you know, you just need to remember at the same time that there will be absolutely remarkable moment of your personal transformation that you are going to have. And that remarkable moment of the personal transformation that you are going to have, my gorgeous Taurin, is at that moment, at that time, something is going to come to you, my babies, realization, an idea, an option, and it's going to be remarkable because it's at the same time going to help you to reflect on these material holdings or materialistic things that you have been worrying about when it comes to your future planning and when it comes to your personal safety and security. But then at the same time, it's to do with the actual obstacle that you are going to feel, an obstacle that you are going to have. And the answer to your obstacle, my gorgeous Taurinis, it's all about your own devotion. It's all about you making sure that you are putting as much as you can effort towards the specific goal. This is what it's all boiling down to. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, this is your message, my gorgeous Gorgeous Taurinis, you need to be putting the energy towards that particular specific goal. It's about you, it's about who you are, but it's at the same time about your devotion. It's at the same time about you being very explorative about things. It's about this, you know, it's also about you being like quite adventurous and daring, you know. It's an important moment in time because it's all about you offering the actual, you know, the energy and efforts towards a specific goal, because you are going to have a very, very big reward when it comes to this, when it comes to actually this. And you will see that the things that you have been going through were only part of the actual temporary distraction. So this is what I need you to do. The more you are doing what you feel passionate about, my gorgeous Taurinis, the better it's going to be. The more you are doing things that you feel passionate about, the more you're going to get out of it, more you're going to gain out of it, because it's also about the wiseness. You are going to have a control over a situation, and that in itself, okay, it's also going to sharpen you up in so many different ways, in particular when it comes to your own intuition and things like that. So don't be surprised when you find yourself like feeling very much so attracted to things that didn't attract you before, but also being drawn to things that you haven't been drawn to before, because this is the way this cycle is actually working. And because the energy shift, you know, it's the energy, it's like a creating really powerful shift, because we are slowly coming to the end of the year, and that in itself is having an energy pool which is just having the certain vibration pointed towards us. And this is why we're just going to find ourselves, and in particular you, kind of wanting to do more, wanting to kind of gain more out of the situation, out of life. But also on another hand, you know what else I was going to say, this is an amazing time when it comes to like a very bad situation slowly coming to an end. And it's not only like a quite bad negative situation is slowly coming to an end, it's the actual you being able to grow through it and realizing something very specific. And it's a confirmation that you have been doing the right things, you have been thinking in the right way, but also you have been protecting yourself in the right way. And very soon there shall be a reward that you're actually going to have. What else I was going to say, that, you know, what I really like here as well, it's that you are going to make a quite important judgment. You know, you are going to realize that it's time to release situation and people that no longer serves you. And this is going to help you to see the side of the situation that you wouldn't normally see. And almost immediately there is going to be the powerful focus. This is an amazing time to focus on those things that you want to improve on, you know, those things that you want to improve, you know, those things that you want to achieve, those things in particular when it comes to your personal situation. For example, if you're looking for work, just go for it. Try to, you know, like now it's time to throw yourself into all sorts of situations. I know it may be difficult for lots of people at this moment in time, but this is what I said, the beauty of you realizing to ignore the illusion of entrapment. It is in you, it is within you, the power is around you, and this is what is all going to be quite evident at the same time, my gorgeous Taurinis. But what else I want to say to you, that is just basically time to focus on career and time to focus on your personal advancement. If you're like retired, for example, it doesn't really matter, you just focus on those things that you were trying to do, but in particular with things that you have put on hold, because something is going to return in your life, something is missing, something that you have been doing but you're not doing, but it's really meant to be the part of your progress, and it's important for you to pay attention. You are gonna make a really kind of a quite significant decision. You know, you're going to make a quite powerful decision, my gorgeous Taurinis, and it's going to take exactly 18 weeks, exactly 18 weeks in order for this decision, for you to understand that you are stepping into the unknown, but at the same time 18 weeks is going to reveal something so powerful, and you will know that now it's time to actually go for it. Don't worry, it is all going to be obvious at that moment in time. time. The more you're optimistic, the more you focus, my gorgeous Taurinis, the better it's going to be. The more rewards you're going to have later on. But it's very important to try to ignore the negativity as much as you can. And you also need to remember, being flexible will be important, my gorgeous Taurinis. Being flexible will be very important when it comes to things that you're doing, but also when it comes to your inner peace. Because, you know, something is holding you down, and that needs to go, that needs to change. And that what's holding you down is just basically going to really take a little while to actually, in order for you to come out, but then at the same time, you are going to have a quite important starting points, my gorgeous Taurinis, this week indeed. I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is your tarot card of the week. My gorgeous Taurinis, my gorgeous Taurinis. Ace of Wands, like, ooh la la, my babies, this is really good. I hope that light is not too bright, but this is absolutely brilliant, you know. You are going to have a moment of enlightenment, you know. You're going to see something, and it's just going to inspire you like there is no tomorrow. You're going to like it, and it's most certainly going to bring so much beauty and so much lovely energy, and your vibration is almost immediately going to increase. Something is going to inspire you so much. Be prepared, my gorgeous Taurinis. You are going to see something this week, and you're going to like it. It is going to bring so much life back into you. I'm not saying that your life, you didn't have a life in you and things like that. Please don't get me wrong. No, baby, no. But I'm just saying that this is almost going to be like a really like, wow, like a moment of enlightenment, and it's just going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, but it's also going to happen when you didn't really expect it, which means that you're going to be kind of like focusing on something completely different, and then out of the blue, this is actually going to happen. A remarkable inspiration, but it's going to rejuvenate you so much, and it is going to become a highly transformative time for you. The time of the rebirth, but also at the same time, at the time of the actual realization that you are going to slowly start moving on, but also there are certain precautions that you need to pay attention to, certain ways to protect yourself along the line, but then at the same time, it's all about inspiration, which is going to help you to reach a rather powerful and significant moment of enlightenment. You know, it's just brilliant, because there are certain elements of your life, you know, that are going to start returning slowly into your dimension, into your vibration, you know, and you will see what that is going to be. But it's just really a brilliant a time when you're going to be standing really, really firm, and it's all about the inspiration, energy, courage, you know, having a control over a situation, but also being really keen and eager to do things. This is the time to listen to yourself, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is the time to do things, and you will do them absolutely 1000% right. You just need to listen to your intuition, my babies, because this is going to be connected to your intuition like there is no tomorrow. Okay, so the next sign the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, sorry, I've got my moment. The next sign, sorry, that I'm going to be talking about, it's actually going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Geminini. My beautiful Geminini, you know, you have gone through, like, not that long ago, something just didn't kind of, there were two major stages that you went through, my gorgeous Geminini. One major stage is something like kind of like a really slowed down, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, when it comes to your work life and things like that. You know, there were certain things that were placed on hold, and that created a certain spiritual knot, and that kind of like created a certain energy, and that affected you in a certain way, which is completely normal. Sorry, and it's completely natural. On another hand, you had a very big moment as well, not that long ago, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your love, when it comes to your personal life, when it comes to that particular balance. You know, you also had a really big moving on, like a moment, but then again, something happened and it affected you. It affected your way of thinking, and it affected your way, your way of planning. What you need to do is you need to be very smart, you need to be very clever right now, my gorgeous Gemininis. boundaries. And in order to be very smart and very clever in this particular situation, it's all about patience, patience, patience. Listen to me, my babies. The patience is important than ever. You are going to be tested. Sorry, you are going to be tested a little bit, my gorgeous Geminini, and the test is going to be like it's going to temper with your energy in such a way where you're going to feel like, oh, I had enough type of thing. No, baby, no. Just remember my little lips. Remember what I said. It's important just to be patient and keep going. You're on the right track. You're on the right journey. There is a little problem that it's going to arise that you're going to need to deal with, but don't don't overreact, okay? So there is the problem that you're going to need to deal with, but don't overreact and don't think automatically negative, because you're going to bring your bloody energy down, and you don't want your energy to be down. It's important to keep on top of things, and to keep on top of things is just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep the same tempo. My gorgeous Gemininis, keep the same tempo. It's more important than ever. It is the completion, an important completion slowly coming, and this is also going to be the part of the challenge, okay? So just remember, be patient, okay? On another hand, my gorgeous Geminini, listen, you are kind of going to become of the little bit of like aware of the minor little deception, you know, but you are going to become aware of this minor little deception. So you've got a little bit of like a sunshine here, because you are going to become aware of the deception, but your third psychic eye is going to be like, hello, my darling. It's going to be wide open, which means that you're going to be aware of this, which means that you're going to be aware of the minor deception. You're going to recognize it before the damage is done, okay? So this is absolutely brilliant, you know, and that is going to bring you the certain reward, and you are going to be able to protect yourself, because you're going to slowly just going to avoid this situation that you would normally just step through, that you would normally just step in. So this is rather important. On another hand, you're going to become aware of someone taking an advantage of someone. My gorgeous Geminini, you are going to be like a little fairy, gorgeous, my gorgeous Geminini, because you're going to be also very much so thinking about somebody else, and you're going to become of the actual aware of the fact that someone is taking advantages of someone else. Do you know who that is? Because I think it's really important for you to step in, for you to kind of step forward, because karmically, my lord, you're going to be like so beautifully rewarded for this particular thing that you're going to do. But this is going to cross your mind, you know, that someone is taking advantage of somebody else, and these people are people in your life. These people are people who mean to you. So you really need to step in. You need to step through, because that other person who is having the advantage taken off, that you are going to be aware of, it's also going through something really emotional, and something is really affecting them full on. So maybe they are not seeing things for what they are at the moment. So this happens when the energy is having the certain drainage, and then, you know, people are just kind of like focusing on things that they shouldn't be focusing on, and this happens when the balance is not right. It changes, but then it's just one step at a time. It really just it really means that it's just all about waiting, and this you stepping in, you can just really nicely you know, bring in your energy and help out that person, because karmically you're gonna have an amazing major reward later on. But then that doesn't, you know, I'm not saying this, or you're going to help them just because you're going to have a reward. No, baby, no. I'm just saying that this is going to be quite obvious to you, so you will be aware of what I was talking about. On another hand, you know what, my gorgeous Geminini, I'm telling you that what is going to happen is you're going to hear an important news also when it comes to the actual success, you know, and this is pretty much to do with your personal security, and it's to do with things that you were like really like worried about, and it's to do with the material attainment. You know, you are going to find yourself in a beautiful and advanced stage, you know, and it's going to surprise you in a certain way. But then on another hand, this is going to reflect on your well-being. You're going to feel very re-energized this week, and also at the same time, you know, those things that you have been suffering from when it comes to the actual long long ailments that you didn't see any improvement. Now this week, most certainly you will be able to see the improvements. On another hand is the victory. Just remember that you are gonna hear the news. There is an information that will travel to you, my gorgeous Geminini, and this is gonna mean to you so much, because by the end of that week, it's all about the victory. It's all that letter V, like that, my Lord, like flying towards you, like notice me, victory, victory. So it's a victory that you are going to have, and this is brilliant because it's to do with an ongoing problem that caused you so many negativities and unnecessary worry. You will see how much this was actually draining you. On another hand, at the moment in time, when you hear about that personal victory, you will also know exactly what to do and how to deal and how to act with the certain difficulties that you had to deal with. And it did affect your stability. And now, you know, this is just going to have a really nice flip-flop moment, because you were blaming yourself for some kind of mistake earlier on. And in particular, over the last 10 months, you were like blaming yourself for some kind of mistake, some kind of the wrong turn, some kind of the wrong path that you took. So now you're just going to be able to kind of deal with this again. And also there is a very important learning experience that you're going to have throughout this situation. On another hand, what else I was going to say, do you know what I really like specifically about this week? That you are going to have a really beautiful, gorgeous new emotional experience, you know. And I really like this because at around the time when you have this beautiful emotional experience, you know, you are going to have a heightened psychic ability. So you are going to realize something so significant, something so important when it comes to your personal advancement and the change, an important change that you will want to make. This is going to be the direct result of you having a perfect balance of your psychic abilities, your third eye being wide open, and also having that emotional experience. You will know which way to go. You will know which way to turn. And you will know exactly what you need to do in order to make yourself happy. Okay, so now my gorgeous Geminini, I go like, dry lips. So now my gorgeous Geminini, I want to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week. Okay, so now my gorgeous Geminini, your tarot card of the week is Four of Cups. You see, this is an interesting one. You see, you are going to have a very strong connection with your past, very strong connection with your childhood, very strong connection with things that you have done in the past. And I think it's also quite important time, like, you know, someone who should be in your life, you're not as close, someone who should be an important part in your life, maybe you have lost like a certain connection with that particular person. Maybe you should really like meet up with that person again. Maybe you should really like kind of realize that that person is meant to be an important part of your life. It's about a communication breakdown, and you shouldn't really have a communication breakdown with this person, because when you think about it, it's like it hasn't done, nothing was done like maliciously or in a negative way or in a bad way, but this in person is very important when it comes to your life. So there is going to be the return of somebody who is really meant to be in your life. On another hand, you know, it is an element very strongly, something that you have been doing a long time ago that you are not doing now. It was making you feel really great, it was making you feel really good, it was making you feel really happy, it was making you feel really excited, but you're not doing this anymore. So this is about to return into your life. And what is this that is missing in your life so much? You know, by the end of this week, this is most certainly going to become evident. And the next few weeks after this week, this is going to be on your mind quite a lot, because on one hand, it's really going to help you to deal with a problem, with an obstacle that became rather annoying. But then on another hand, it's just about a new path, a new option, which is going to give you control over a situation and control over those things that were not serving you anymore, and those things that you were uncertain what to do about. So, you know, this is an important realization also, which is going to help you to bring in quite a remarkable insight, you know, but it's to do with the things in the past, you know, it's all going to make sense. A remarkable insight. This is going to help you to understand your current situation, my gorgeous Geminini, indeed. Okay, so I'm just going to have a little bit of coffee. La 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 crescida. I'm sorry, but I just love coffee. I was going to say freshly squeezed coffee. No, I'm not talking about orange juice. It's coffee. It's like this is like nice natural coffee, you know, like freshly ground coffee. Okay, so now basically the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. My gorgeous, gorgeous Cancerini, my beautiful Cancerians. I just want to say something, you know. You need to understand that it is going to be like a quite tricky situation, and you are going to find yourself wondering something, you know, and you will not be too sure what to do. Let me tell you, you need to protect yourself this week, my babies, because it's about finding yourself being vulnerable in such a way where you kind of like have the energy draining, and then when that energy drainage happens, then you don't understand things in the way you would normally understand. You don't kind of like use the whole power of your subconscious mind in order to reflect on things the way you would reflect on them normally. So this causes you to accept things that you shouldn't be accepting, but it also causes you to have a quite like a uneven version of reality, which just makes you like kind of like get the situation in a slightly wrong way, but also it gets you to understand things from a completely different angle, from the angle that you shouldn't be understanding them from. And this happens because, you know, we are just all humans. We are basically on this earth for the limited amount of time. So of course we are learning every single day, every single minute, every single second, every single hour. So there will be an important learning experience that you are going to have, but you need to understand what I want you to know. It's about the incorrect advice. It looks like that you are going to find yourself receiving an advice from someone, you know, this is not an important person in your life. This is not a significant person in your life. This is not like your family member, but it's just like to do with an incorrect advice that I need you to pay attention to, because you will know that something is not going to be right. You will know that something is not going to make sense. You will know that something is just not going to seem right. So this is what I want you to understand, to avoid the actual incorrect advice. And on another hand, you know, it's gonna also be connected to you kind of feeling a little bit in self-denial, you know, because it seems like, you know, this advice, that this incorrect advice that you're going to have, it's also going to be connected to the actual some kind of a shortcut. So I just need you to be very, very much so open-minded, have your eyes open and be aware of it, because it's to do with the things that you're in self-denial, but it's also to do with you being a little bit vulnerable and understanding situation from an angle that you shouldn't understand. So now my advice would be, my gorgeous Cancerini, to just avoid this week as much as you can. Like in particular, if it comes to like a making really important decision, if it comes to like a signing something really important, if it comes to like some kind of like a really important negotiations and new beginnings, I would plan so much, my babies. I would just plan, I would focus, I would meditate and contemplate. I would plan as much as I could, because that part of you, that energy will be very strong. The more you plan, the more you focus, the more you're gonna get out of it, baby. So there is an idea that you will have at the end of the week, so it doesn't really matter. That idea is going to rejuvenate you, it's going to re-energize you, and it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, so it doesn't really matter. On another hand, this is all about you making an important alteration, you know, with those things in your life that are creating you instability, and with those things in your life that are clouding your joy, you know, and those things in your life that are creating inconsistency as well. So there is going to be an important alteration that you are going to have, and that alteration is pretty much needed and very important when it comes to the actual change in your life. Really, really great indeed. On another hand, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are going to really starting to realize something. And what you're like, kind of like, oh God, I really should be paying attention to. And every time you're going to be, oh no, I want to try again. Something slowly came to an end, and you are going to have the first moments of realizing what that is. It is going to take an additional 26 days until you make the first move. But the bottom line is, it doesn't matter, my gorgeous babies, because you are going to make this move. On another hand, you know, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's about the end of the situation. You know, the end of the situation that is going to bring you such a relief, you know, and you will like this. And this is going to be your new opportunity for happiness, you know. A weight of your shoulder is going to be lifted, you know. And also at the same time, make sure that you don't have a melodramatic reaction, because something is going to happen. So you just kind of rise above the situation. You are going to have a control over the situation. You're going to have a necessary strength and power, but just make sure that you're not having a melodramatic reaction. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to shuffle these cards. You know what? You also need to make sure that you are taking natural vitamin D. So important. Make sure you're taking natural vitamin D. Make sure you're taking natural calcium. Make sure that you're taking natural magnesium. Calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D is very important, because it's going to be super beneficial when it comes to your bones. And also at the same time, what I want you to say, to pay attention to, my gorgeous Cancerini, at the same time, if you just are taking something to promote friendly bacteria inside your gut, because your stomach and your digestion is again going to be rather sensitive. So get something with a friendly bacteria, and also aloe vera juice. Organic aloe vera juice is wonderful to drink every now and then, and also just a pure chamomile tea does wonders. But if you have a pure chamomile tea, then just make sure you kind of like make sure that you're not using sugar, you know, and if you need to sweeten it with something, you know, maybe a little bit of organic honey, or maybe like organic maple syrup perhaps, but definitely not sugar. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so I'm just going to see what is your tarot card of the week. You see 10 of Wands. Now, this is an important moment for you, my gorgeous Cancerinis, because you see, you will find yourself really preoccupied, you will find yourself feeling a little bit low, and you will also find yourself feeling like a little bit down. Make sure that you're not focusing on negativities, because the energy will be super strong and it's going to have a very strong impact on you. Because when you are focusing on negativity too much, when the energy is so powerful and strong when it comes to manifestation, you can start manifesting these things, okay? So this is the week when, if you are kind of like a really thinking about negativities and thinking like that there is no way out of the situation, you are going to be absolutely fine. There is way out of the situation. What I want you to understand, do not go low, you need to go up, my babies. And even if something comes up and you feel like, oh God, you know, like you're feeling trapped in some kind of situation, it's just an illusion. It is just an illusion, and at the same time you're going to have an option, you're going to have an opportunity, and you're going to surprise yourself yourself, because you are going to have a step into the unknown, and that unknown is going to become very, very known very soon. So there will be the step in the right direction when you least expect it. Just make sure to not bring yourself down, my baby, because you're going to be absolutely fine. 10 of Wands, the power is within you, the power is inside. You're going to learn from this situation, but the bottom line is it's going to be the way out of it. So this is something really important to remember. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leonis. My gorgeous Leonis, I love you so much. You know, it is going to be like a bit of a complex week, in particular when it comes to indecisive. You know, you're going to find yourself being very, very indecisive. First of all, you're going to hear a quite significant information. You will like this information, and this information that you're going to hear, it's going to happen within the first few days this week. And this is going to be remarkable in so many different ways, because on one hand, you will know what to watch for. On another hand, your question is going to be answered whether you have been doing the right thing so far or not. Most certainly, yes. And this is going back all the way like 7 weeks ago. Now, again, 7 is a very powerful number, very strong number when it comes to your connection with your own being in such a way where your spirituality is just going to be remarkably close to you finding out so much about yourself, like in a very strange and bizarre and unusual ways. You will see exactly what I mean. But now, my gorgeous Leonis, I want to say to you that, you know, it is going to be remarkable news that you're going to have. And it's also going to give you and provide you the sense of the direction where there wasn't any. And also, you know, there were lots of uncertainties, you know, whether you were doing the right thing. You know, the uncertainties that you had are going to slowly start unpacking themselves by the end of this week. And I really, really like it, because it's a lot to do with your accomplishment, and it's a lot to do with your reward, but it's a lot to do with you being you. Okay, you do you, you being you. You will realize the more you are yourself, the more you're going to achieve, the more you're going to create, the more you're going to do in life, okay? So this is the very, very spiritual moment that you are going to have. And also, when I said before number 7, it's a highly spiritual number, and it means that your connection with your angels, with your spiritual guides, it's going to be very obvious and very strong at the same time. And that is going to be something, you know, that is also going to be the part of you having a very kind of like unusual moment, you know, with yourself. Like at around the midweek, one morning, you know, you really need to understand this, that something is just going to be on your mind, and it is going to be the direction. It is going to be an option. The door is going to be open, but you're going to realize that the door were open for you for a while, but it's just up to you. It's down to you, my babies, to just go through them. So one midweek, it's going, when you wake up one morning, and I said this many times, like when we wake up the first few minutes, our subconscious mind is very powerful, because when we sleep every single night, we are finding out all sorts of situations. We are finding out all sorts of answers. We are going through lots of things. We have astral projections, but we don't necessarily remember. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. This is because our subconscious mind is stretched so far, and it's very able to see things, to understand things, and that reflects on us in so many different ways. And that's why I said in the first couple of minutes, when we wake up in the morning, you know, if we feel okay, if we feel tired, if we feel however we feel, it doesn't really matter. It's what is on your mind, the very first few things. Like, and this is the realization that is going to make you realize that a problem, something that was really kind of like confusing you, it is going to be the end of this, and the door are going to be automatically open, and it's going to surprise you, like how come you didn't kind of understand this before. But then at the same time, it's all about your personal guidance that comes from deep within, that is preparing you for a while. Subconsciously, you have been preparing for this. And now, my gorgeous Leonis, now my babies, it's time. Okay, so what else I was going to say, you are going to feel a very indecisive when it comes to the certain proceedings, you know, and this is going to create a moment of reluctance. And then on another hand, this is going to make you like feel like you're a little bit unable to make decisions, you know. And And what you're gonna hear to do with you is just like some kind of a little bit of gossip that doesn't really matter. It's absolutely nothing to do with you, with your spiritual journey, and it's maybe perhaps with somebody not kind of understanding the certain part of you, who took something in the wrong way. So this is going to reflect back into you, but then again, this is all about you being yourself, and you going through your life with your own experience, by being yourself, by listening to your own intuition, and by not allowing anyone else negative or horrible and not really nice from the outside of your spirituality to affect you in any way possible. What I want to say to you is, yes, you are going to have a little bit of indecisive moment when it comes to the actual proceedings, certain proceedings, and you're going to feel like in the beginning of the week, like you're kind of unable to make a decisions, you know, but you are going to make a decisions, you know, and at the same time, it's to do with your security. This is important because this is something that is going to kind of make you doubt things, but whichever decision you make, which is going to be brilliant, and it's going to be connected to you taking the next steps. My gorgeous Leonis, you are going to make a decision by the end of this week, and this decision is going to be more important than you can possibly imagine. It's something that's going to make you so happy later on, something that's going to make you so excited later on, something that's going to make you feel so good, something that's going to open your eyes, but at the same time it's going to help you like you start to live again, you know. And this is why the end of the week is going to be completely different to this, because it's to do with you taking the next step. It's not only about you taking the next step, but it's about you doing the right thing. And then later on, my Lord, this is going to be absolutely brilliant when it comes to your life, because it's just going to lead towards this powerful, huge, massive monumentum, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. So it's all about you taking the next step. And also, you must remember to be bold and ambitious, you know, because you are going to take the next steps by being bold and ambitious, by being yourself, by allowing yourself to be yourself. This is all to do with the reward, because you have been allowing yourself to be yourself. So this is all to do with the reward. So you are going to take the next step by being, you are going to make basically the next steps by being bold and ambitious, you know, and this is going to lead towards a bold and ambitious choice, but then at the same time partnering with others. Also, it's going to be quite relevant when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your plans, when it comes to your ideas. You know, you need to remember that the actual partnering with others who share your dreams, it's more important than ever. For their strength and your strength, you will create something absolutely super powerful and super important. Another thing that I was going to say, that this week is most certainly going to be so relevant and so significant when it comes to you continuing to move forward. Okay, so you continuing to move forward this week, this is going to be more significant than ever. There is one particular person that is going to play a significant role. Somebody who is going to inspire you. Somebody is going to have a really kind of powerful role when it comes to your life, because that person is also going to kind of pinpoint on things that you should be paying attention to. And you will know that what this person is saying, it's absolutely true. You will know that what this person is saying, it's absolutely right. And you will also know that this is going to be absolutely perfect thing for you to do. So somebody very special, very unique, and very beautiful is about to enter your life, and it's almost like that person is almost going to bring you like a little bit of magic, you know. It's going to make you feel so much better about yourself, but also at the same time it's about the inspiration. That person is going to give you like really mind-blowing advice. Let me tell you, it's somebody who's like maybe a little bit different, somebody who sees things in a slightly different way, in a slightly different light. It's also going to give you that little bit of that magic, and through that magic you will be able to not only open your third psychic eye, but you're going to have a moment like, oh my God, you're going to have such an idea. First of all, it's going to surprise you a little bit, but then again, it's about the idea that you're going to have, my gorgeous Leonis, because that particular idea is something that you have been waiting for a while, connected to you waiting for a while, but also connected to you thriving, and at the same time you taking risk. Okay, you will know which risk to take. You will know which way to go. You will know when the time is right. Okay, so now, sorry, my throat is like a little bit dry. So nice, sorry. It's raining. Yeah. So now, so now my gorgeous Leonis, I'm going to shuffle the cards. You need to also, my gorgeous Leonis, do you know what I need to say? It's to do with your bones, sensitive, again, similar to Cancerini. It's to do with your bones, but it's to do with your muscles. It's like things to do with, you need to take care of your skeleton, and you need to take care of your muscles. So it's to do with the bones, and it's to do with the things like sciatica and things like that. This is something that you're very sensitive to, my gorgeous Leonis. So you also need to make sure that you're taking something like a natural calcium, natural magnesium, okay, and natural vitamin D. This is like a must. Natural calcium, natural magnesium, and natural vitamin D. And I would also highly suggest you to take something like a flaxseed oil, which is going to give it the natural plant version of omega-3 essential fatty acids, or you can take something like a fish oils, like a cod liver oil, for example, which is going to give you omega-3 essential fatty acids with an additional vitamin A and vitamin D, which you get in a cod liver oil, which is a natural, for example, where with the fish oils you get like essential fatty acids that you also need, or you can get it in a plant version, which would be like a flaxseed oil. The reason why am I talking about flaxseed oil or cod liver oil or fish oil is the fact because these things contain omega-3 essential fatty acids, and they're remarkable when it comes to boosting your immune system. They're remarkable when it comes to your bones. They're remarkable when it comes to your muscles. They're remarkable when it comes to your skeleton, because it keeps your joints moist, and this is something that you're really going to benefit from when it comes to omega-3 essential fatty acids. So these are the supplements that I think that you should be taking, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. And also when it comes to your digestion, try to cut down the actual sugar as much as you can. Okay, because your stomach is very, very sensitive, your digestion is very sensitive, and also you are going to have a little bit of stroppy moments, just a little bit of stroppy moments within the next 2 weeks, and that's why maybe if you feel a little bit stressed, you can get something like a natural B vitamins, and if you get like a natural B vitamins, this is also going to ultimately help you with your own entire digestive system anyway, but also it's fantastic when it comes to like a stress levels. If you get a B vitamin, natural B vitamin complex, you also need to make sure, and you need to understand that folic acid within B complex needs to be folate. So folate is the natural version of folic acid, okay? So this is, if you get a natural B vitamin complex, then you go for the B vitamin complex with folate instead of folic acid, because folic acid is made of chemicals, no baby no, and folate is natural. The same with B12. B12 needs to be made in a natural way rather than in chemical way, because very often they're selling in this B vitamin complex, they're saying, yeah, it's all natural. No, baby, no, it is not. And if you take it, just make sure that you take it natural. So this is something that I would highly recommend you. Also, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Leonis, or not. So now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week. Oh, how wonderful. 10 of Cups. This is a beautiful moment that you are going to have, you know, and you're going to start feeling very happy with the people around you. You're going to start feeling very happy when it comes to your relationships. You're going to start feeling very happy when it comes to your social life, and that in itself, it's going to give you the very, very comforting moment. You know, you will have a comforting moment that you have been waiting for a while now, in order to make a really massive, enormous, huge, giant decision. So this comfort that you're going to have within you, in your life, with people in your life, it's also going to kind of be the time when you're going to realize it's the green light, the door about to open. You are reaching an important stage in your life. You need to remember to listen to yourself. You're the best version of yourself. This is all what this week reading is all about. You being yourself, you're doing yourself, you're listening to yourself, you're realizing how powerful you are by being yourself. But then at the same time, ultimately, it's going to lead towards you having a very powerful and sacred moment with you, people around you who mean to you the most. You know, you will know it's the right time to actually step into an unknown area of your life. But the security of people and the love, emotions and feelings around you are going to contributing towards you making a rather important decision. It's great because this is going to lead towards a really huge, massive change, you know, a departure, advancement, a journey, you know, into an unknown. It's going to bring you so much into your life, and it's time indeed. So now, sorry. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini. My gorgeous Virgo, my beautiful Virgolini, I love you so much. You know, the first couple of days you're gonna feel kind of like, oh my god, that you like need to catch up with something, and you're gonna have this blaming, you know, you're gonna blame yourself for something. Maybe specifically, you know, not that long ago, over the last 7 or 8 months, you took the wrong turn, you know, and then this wrong turn is going to become obvious right now. But then again, it's very important to say that the first 2 days, it's also at the same time going to make you realize what is making you kind of unreliable. And when we realize that the certain things are making us unreliable in our lives, then these things should really go. You are, oh my God, my gorgeous Virgolini, you know, you are, this is what I've been saying for a while, that you're reaching an important stage, but you need to understand that you're still not completely honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself, and you need to understand that there is something, you know, at the back of your mind, the changes that you wanted to do and make for a while, but you're constantly trying, you're constantly doing things, you're going maybe a little bit too much against the current. Now, my babies, it's time to swim right with the current of your feelings, with the current of your emotions, with the current of things that are within you, with the current of things that are part of your dimension, which only you can understand, to, you know, like so much. You are reaching like a remarkable moment in time when it comes to like you first of all realizing, you know, what needs to go. But then within the first couple of days, you know, you're gonna blame yourself, and you're gonna feel like maybe a certain unreliability and failure to meet the certain test, you know. And this is gonna be the moment when you're gonna blame yourself. This is what I said, and this blaming game is just so important. It's more spiritual than you can possibly imagine, because it's going to take you on a side, it's going to take you on a path, it's going to make you think, it's going to shake you up a little bit, but it's also that little shake up, it's going to help you to open your eyes, and it's going to help you to understand that there are certain things that are right in front of you, and they have been for a really long time, and now it's time for you, my gorgeous Virgolini, to notice these bloody things. Now it's time to notice them, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you know. It's time for you to realize how special you are, how powerful you are, how strong you are, how courageous you are. On one hand, you know, the information that you will have, it's going to put a massive smile on your face because it's to do with a certain justice. But then on another hand, it's just a straight recognition of things, you know, of the ability that you have, and also the straight recognition of the path which is going to unfold right in front of you. It's important not to ignore things that you wanted to do for a while, and it's also important to notice those things that are keep on bouncing into your mind. There's one in particular change that you want to make, but I don't know what are you waiting for. And I say this, that I don't know what are you waiting for, because it's just all down to you. It's all down to you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you know, to take this next step, and also to be brave, you know, and also to be open-minded, and also to be strong when it comes to you just pushing that last barrier. You are about to push the last barrier, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and by you stepping into the unknown, by you being brave, by you making this choice this week, by the end of the week, you're also going to find yourself on a wonderful, beautiful path, which is almost immediately going to bring you the opportunity. It's going to point you towards the right direction. This is absolutely probably the most bizarre week that you are going to have, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because you will see that you have been worrying about things that you shouldn't be worrying about, and they took you slightly off the course, and now this is going to become quite evident, and it's going to become quite obvious what exactly you should need to ignore and what exactly you should be paying attention to. Someone is going to surprise you also. The certain person is going to surprise you this week. It's almost going to be like, oh my god, I vomit. But someone is going to surprise you, and it's going to kind of like make you realize how far people can go, how far people can push, and how ugly people can sometimes be inside. People can be so beautiful like on the outside, but then inside it can be all worms, all rotten, like rotten apples, So this is something that you're going to realize, but this is going to be also an important and integral part of you, kind of like having this very sacred moment with yourself, and it's just going to make you wise, if anything else, it's just going to make you ridiculously wise, and it's also going to help you to have this help you to realize that you want to expand your plans, and at the same time it's all about you continuing to move forward. An important revelation when it comes to your passion, my gorgeous Virgolini. It's also going to bring you a really powerful moment of timing. Pay attention to synchronicity, in particular when you see the numbers 777 repeating, 333 repeating, 111 repeating, 444 repeating, any numbers repeating from number 1 to number 10. Just pay attention to every single time when you see this repeating. This is going to bring you the sign, sacred moment when it comes to your development and your improvement. Each time you are going to hear something very positive about your development and improvement, but also at the same time it is the idea that is going to be attached to it, that is going to provide you the way out of the situation that is no longer serve you anymore. It is going to lead towards an important adjustment, readjustment, and edit in your life. But of course it's to do with the sacrifice. Just remember, it is like a really powerful judgment you're gonna make, my gorgeous Virgolinis, this week, and also it's just more important than ever. This is like a karmic situation that you're gonna need to deal with. Somebody's gonna return into your mind, and you're gonna be like, oh, for goodness sake, someone is not meaning to be really bad, someone is not meaning to be really negative, someone is not meaning to be really horrible, but at some moment in time that person has done something to you, and they left a bit of a bad taste in your mouth, my gorgeous Virgolinis. So now this is important, because I know it sounds weird, I know it's easy for me to say, but if there is a moment that you have and you're angry with someone, if this is something from before, the situation that comes to your mind this week, please just forgive them, because this is about you allowing yourself to move on and to step away from that situation. So this is something that I really need you to remember. Or if somebody does physically this week comes to you and they do something to you and it makes you this challenging situation when you're thinking like, oh, go away, like all angry and things like that. Just try to rise above the situation. Whatever happens, whatever unfoldment that this is going to take, whichever path this is going to come through you, whichever channel this is going to come to you, you just need to remember to forgive and forget. I know it's easy for me to say, but this is like almost like a part of the little task that you are going to have, my gorgeous Virgolinis, because it's a very powerful and strong karmic situation that you're going to be part of, and that is just something that is also going to make you highly illuminated, but also is the specific truth that you are going to realize through this very important, powerful truth you will realize through this thing, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Indeed, just remember, It's time to repent and forgive, but also at the same time, it's time to account for our actions. And this week is going to bring an important improvement when it comes to development. And so these are the things when it comes to promotion, and also when it comes to like maybe like a focus on things that you want to like improve yourself. If you're looking for work, just go for it. If you're looking to expand yourself, just go for it. If you're looking to do something that you're not too sure about how you would go about it, you just go for it and start the process. You are going to be guided. It's going to feel almost like like someone is behind you all the time, but when you start the process, when you start the progress, you're going to find yourself just really nicely flowing through. And this is the flow that I'm talking about, my gorgeous Virgolinis, which is going to be brilliant when it comes to the actual development, promotion, and the and quite significant outcome of the past effort. You are going to have a moment, you're going to get information, you're going to get the news, somebody's going to come through, somebody's going to come forward, you're going to feel so pleased with yourself, so happy with yourself, someone is going to offer something to you, and a couple of days later, you know, it's just remarkable, because it is just going to make you feel so good about yourself, and you are going to realize that this is the part of the outcome of the past efforts, which is almost going to be like a rebirth for you. Okay, and also this week is going to bring you a remarkable financial security for you and your family, but then at the same time, you know, it's going to bring you peace and contentment in your life, you know, like you haven't felt in a while. And then also it's very important to mention, and passing knowledge, it will be quite significant. Just remember that passing your knowledge is more important than ever. Okay, whatever you get out of this information, whatever you get out of this situation and information, but passing your knowledge is going to be more important than ever. You are going to come to terms this week, because you will see how brave you are. It is a challenging situation. It's you talking to someone else, you talking to this particular person, and you kind of like trying to arrange something with this particular person, but there is the moment of fear, there is an element of unknown, there is an element of nervousness that you're going to have, and there is elements of like your confidence being affected. It's almost as if like you are going to need a little bit of extra confidence in order to deal with something, in order to do something. You are going to be absolutely fine. All you need to do to break the ice, my gorgeous Virgolinis, is just basically open your mouth, just start talking, and you will see that you will be again using this powerful vibrational moment of this very strong and specific flow that you are going to have at the same time. So just go for it. So there will be the specific situation that you will have that is going to make you feel like, oh God, nervous, uncertain, you know, in so many different ways, you know. But just remember, just go for it, go for it, go for it. Something that you should do, and something that it's actually going to be part of your challenge. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week, my gorgeous Virgolini. La 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 do 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 do. La 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 la, ta da 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 da, la 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 la, do 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 do. I'm an old school, you know. Yeah, don't like angry music, like. Anyway, so now basically I'm just going to say what is going to be a tarot card, my gorgeous Virgolini. You know, what is going to be a tarot card? You are going to need to grab the bull by its horns. I love bulls, I love animals, I love cows, I love everything really. So, but I just need you to understand that there is this specific problem that you are really going to need to deal with. It's going to make you feel a bit nervous, you know, but this is like some kind of like something almost like maybe legal, or something that requires your input, something that requires for you to come through like a little thunder, and something that requires for you to put your foot down, and something that requires from you to be strong, and something that requires from you to express yourself. And nobody can do this for you. Nobody can do this for yourself apart from yourself. So it's to do with some kind of legal things, legal matters, where you're going to need to really put yourself down and just allow yourself to be yourself, because only your input is going to be pretty much needed. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. This is just like a basically remarkable, because you're going to realize your own strength, but also at the same time you're going to realize things that were right next to you, you know, and you will basically, there is going to be an element of an old you that it's about to be returned as well. So this is all going to contributing towards you, and realize exactly what you want to do, realize exactly how your life is going to be, and also almost something that you thought is impossible, that's something that is not going to happen at all, it's actually going to happen. But this is going to be really good, it's going to be quite positive, but it's going to help you above all to have a perspective on things. Almost immediately there is a focus going to happen, and almost immediately there is going to be the confirmation, and those changes and things that you wanted to do and make, now they're going to be rather highlighted at this moment, at this time indeed. Just remember that this is all about you taking the next steps, but it's also all about you feeling very powerful, the return of this great energy, you know, which is going to push you towards an advancement, and it's also going to give you the strength and power when it comes to dealing with things that have been making you like kind of really nervous, and that have been making you feel really, really restrained, you know. It's a very, very wise advice you will have. Very, very, very wise advice, my gorgeous Virgolini. And this is going to be somebody who really inspires you. This is going to be somebody who's not exactly the same like you, but it's just like that, not even similar to you, but there are very much so elements that you can kind of use in order, from that particular person, in order to connect to that person. So there are lots of elements that are very much so that you're kind of like comparing yourself to this person in the best possible way, but that person is completely different. That person will be playing an important role, and it's going to give you a remarkable information. That information is going to be like an inspiration to you. That information is going to help you to see the way out of the situation, but it's also going to confirm how unique, how beautiful, and how special you are, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. Just remember that there is an important new possibility also going to come through forward, but above all, remarkable reward for things that you have done. It's going to happen at the right moment, at the right time, at around the end of this week, and I really, really like it, because, you know, at the same time, you know, it's just going to help you so much to actually make a decision and cut certain thing out of your life, but the bottom line is about you taking the next step. So this is going to be quite important week, my gorgeous Virgolinis, indeed. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Libra. I'm just going to have a little bit of coffee. Where are you, Libra? Oh, there you are. Oh, everybody's having a little bit of difficulties this week, you know. It's just one of those things. Just one of those weeks, you know. So when it comes to you, my gorgeous Libra, you know, it is just basically you are going to have a little bit of a difficulties this week, and you are going to have a little bit of a difficulties because you're going to feel like something is hard work. Okay, I will repeat. You're going to have a little bit of difficulties this week because you will think that something is a little bit like a hard work for you. So what I want to say to you, that these are the certain crises that have been created with your own mind, and you are gonna have a little bit of an important flip-flop moment, and the flip-flop moment that you are going to have is just gonna be quite remarkable, because it is just, on one hand, it's going to really be almost like a ridiculously important moment. It's almost is going to lead towards an emotional experience, my gorgeous Libra. And this is where things are going to get really interesting, because it's starting with like a little bit of difficulties and something, the part of your life that is really making you feel like a hard work. And then this is purely going to come from maybe like a feeling a little bit low and from a little bit of a negative state of your mind. And very soon, connected to that, what is actually going to happen when you least expect it, there is going to be an emotional experience, really powerful emotional experience, which is going to connect you to the certain encounter, but also at the same time it's connected to the actual social invitations, events, you know. And it's to do at the time where your intuition will be quite strong and highlighted throughout this week. So that's why these feelings and emotions are going to have, they're going to be really highlighted. But the bottom line is that this is going to be remarkable, because it is on one hand going to help you to have a control over a situation, and this is going to give you strength, this is going to give you courage to actually deal with an obstacle that was really created lots of negativities. And I'm talking about an obstacle, problem, issue that was part of your life for the last 7 or 8 months. So now the time is going to be right for you to actually deal with it, because there will be a very, very, very wise choice that you are going to make. The wise choice is going to be presented to you, my gorgeous Libra, before the end of this week, and that wise choice you are going to make. These are going to be the first steps towards a very powerful recognition of you, your own abilities, but also of doing something very successful, because it's going to lead towards your own success. It's going to lead towards an advancement. It's going to lead towards a promotion. And it's also going to lead towards a very, very powerful, big and important award, my gorgeous Libra. What else I was going to say, this is about the departure journey, and most certainly you're going to find yourself being on an advanced stage, you know, when it comes to the actual unknown. You are going to become aware of the fact that the certain things in your life are going to need a little bit of alteration, but this is all your own truth. This is all your own illumination. And I say this because you are just going to be able to feel, you know, what is making you feel really excited, what is making you feel really good, what is making you feel really optimistic, and you are going to be you're going to have a strength and power to act in the right balance in order to reflect on these things then and there. Very important point you are going to make this week, my gorgeous Libra. You are most certainly going to put your foot down, and also at the same time you're going to make a very, very powerful and a very important point. And once you make this point, my gorgeous Libra, you know, it is all about you actually being able to realize that there is, you know, this is going to be connected to the end of the situation that is just basically going to bring you so much relief, you know. And I like this pretty much so, because this is going to be all about the new opportunity for the actual happiness, my gorgeous Libra, you know. And also it's going to be connected to the weight of your shoulders. And then on another hand, you know, it's going to be it's going to require from yourself to have this particular specific reaction, and that reaction, it's on one hand going to be the beginning of change. You're about to step into the unknown. You're about to unlock the door. You're about to unlock the gates. You know, you're about to step into the area and into the dimension of your life that you didn't even think that it's going to happen so soon. This week it's going to bring you a remarkable shortcut. Okay, so it's to do with the things that you didn't think they're going to happen so soon. They're going to happen much sooner, but it's also to do with you receiving a powerful, strong, significant message, and that in itself is going to help you realize some kind of a timing. And you will see this is about a shortcut, very sacred, beautiful shortcut towards those things that you want to do, those things that you want to achieve, those things that you want to make. My gorgeous Libra, this is very, very important, because it's also going to be connected to the rewards that come from a hard work. And I really like it, you know, because that is going to be connected to an important negotiation. My gorgeous Libra, listen to me, my babies. If you want to like kind of expand yourself when it comes to your life, if you're like retired, for example, you know, things that you wanted to do, things that you wanted to achieve, when it comes to your personal expansion, just go for it. This is the great time for any type of negotiation. When it comes to you expressing yourself, when it comes to you being you, when it comes to you allowing yourself to be yourself. Libra, listen to me very carefully. Above everything else I said so far, you need to allow yourself to be yourself. You need to allow the weirdness to come through. You need to allow the weirdness to come out. You know, you need to allow yourself, your unique self, to be as obvious as ever. Okay, because the more you're being yourself, the more beautiful karmic response you're going to have, because you will start the process. Something mind-blowing is going to happen. A little seed you're going to plant this week when you least expected, and that little seed is only going to be the beginning of the new life, new option, new dimension, a way out of so many things that are no longer serving you anymore. It's all going to become evident. You are about to plant the seed through you allowing yourself to be yourself. Okay, and that in itself, it's gonna really start slowly changing things, and it's in the best possible way. And also it is going to be all about the successful balance. You know, you're gonna find yourself successfully balancing many priorities at once. You know, just remember, this is the time to deal with things. This is the time when you're going to surprise yourself, and this is the time when you're going to realize how unique you are. There is going to be an annoying person, like really annoying person, that you're going to need to talk to, someone who just brings a little bit of bitter taste in your mouth, a little bit too much, but you need to deal with this. You need to put your input. Your input is going to be needed, and now this is going to become rather obvious, because you're going to need to kind of talk and come up with some kind of solution with somebody like in your life that is just making you feel a bit negative. But it's time to actually do it, because as I said, you're going to have a successful balance. You're also going to hear about the justice. The justice will be so important like never, honestly. There is an important moment of justice that you're going to have. It's going to be positive. It's going to be good. It's going to put massive smile on your face again. But most importantly, it's about the necessary balance that you needed, that is going to re-energize you, but also the advice that you're going to get, you know, at around that time. It's going to be rather unique, but almost like oh my Lord, it's going to be super crucial when it comes to you making a decision later on. This is the time to focus on things that you are doing, you know, that are making you feel happy as more as you possibly can. On another hand, you know, just remember that there will be, this is all about determination and willpower that you are going to have this week, but at the same time, it's about the public recognition. An important public recognition is going to take place, and this is why the more you talk this week, the better it's going to be. The more you express yourself this week, the better it's going to be. The more you come out to people this week, the better it's going to be. It's all about expressing yourself. It's all about being yourself. It's all about talking. It's all about the communication. The more you communicate, the better it's going to be. There is someone very special that is about to also enter your life, a special particular person. And the way that person is going to enter your life, it's also going to happen with a moment of inspiration. You're going to be inspired by this person. This person is about to enter your life. And it's also about to tell you something like really important to pay attention to, that you didn't actually recognize before. Pay attention to inspiration and determination. In the last day of this week, pay attention to determination and inspiration. What is exactly inspiring you? What is making you feel determined? What is making you feel excited? Because this in itself is going to be the path to your own victory. One of the biggest victories of your life. Okay, so now my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these cards. Okay. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do, 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 do. Bam, 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 bam. Page of Wands, my gorgeous Libra. You know, this is the time to express yourself. This is the time to actually be yourself. I really like it because it's all about the inspiration. It's about the energy. It's about the perspective. It's about you being able, it's about you realizing how powerful you are, how unique you are, how special you are. But also, it's about getting that balance perfect. It's about getting that balance again. Okay? I really like it, my gorgeous Libra, because it's at the same time, it's about the opportunity. It's the right balance, you know, the perfect balance that you're going to feel. It's also going to re-energize you in so many different ways. You know, it's going to bring you two important things to think about, but then at the same time, it's all about this balance. You are going to have a remarkable opportunity this week. It's going to surprise you, something to do with the timing, something that's going to happen slightly earlier, but most certainly it's something that is going to inspire you and is going to re-energize you so much. My gorgeous Libra, this is very important, and it's to do with a wise choice that you are going to have, but it's also almost immediately to do with the reward, you know, because it's like you're going to feel very proud of yourself that you're reaching this particular stage, this particular moment in your life when you're able to actually go through. And you know, not that long ago, this part of your life created so much crisis, you know, negativities and sadness and maybe a little bit of depression, because it prevented you to kind of like carry on with your spiritual flow. And this happens when certain things out of our hands like take over our things in our lives, and then there's nothing we can do. We can just wait for this to stop, to finish, and then we can just carry on. So this is an important moment of carry on that you are going to have, but also specifically that, you know, the power and the magic is within you. Something so beautiful is going to happen to you this week, and it's going to surprise you. It's going to inspire you. And this inspiration is what I'm talking about. You see, this is something that is going to re-energize you in so many different ways, but it's also going to bring you remarkable new possibilities, which is just on another hand going to bring you security. You will know immediately that this is about your security, not about yourself only, but it's about your family as well. By the same time, you know, you are going to need to be analytical, and also you're going to need to be analytical, and also at the same time you are gonna become, it's going to become obvious what was making you feel restrained. So, you know, a certain outlook on your life, you should just change your way of thinking, and you will see that as soon as you change your way of thinking, you will know that that particular thing was making you feel too restrained. And it's only about you getting the situation and seeing the situation from a slightly different angle, like you are getting something out of it rather than blaming yourself. You know, this whole life is like a learning experience. You know, as more as we go, you know, the more we learn in this life. Okay, so now what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Libra, you know, it is just almost like this is just, remember, this week is going to be the time for action. Okay, this week will be time for action. Just remember that. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to do, before I do who is next, Scorpione. Sorry, I'm keep on doing this with my coffee, but I really need it badly. Now, do you know what, my gorgeous Scorpione, it's like this week is going to bring you really relief. Okay, a relief. And that relief, as soon as you have that relief at the beginning of the first couple of days, is just going to, it's more like about the news, about the information that you're going to have, and it's also going to surprise you. Like, it's completely going to surprise you. It's going to like blow you away. It's going to be mind-blowing in many different ways, because there are three particular things that are going to be unpacked right in front of you. These three particular things are just suddenly going to become like the center stage stage in your lives, and you will know that there are three things that you should be paying attention to. But first of all, before that even starts, before that even happens, you are going to have a moment when you're going to put your foot down. You're going to put your foot down in order to explain yourself, in order to express yourself, and that in itself is going to help you to reach this powerful point in your life. This powerful point in your life, my gorgeous Scorpioni, it's going to be a really beautiful and rather powerful shake-up moment. You know, you're going to have a little bit of a shaky momenty, and where you are needed, you will know. And I say where you are needed, you will know. It's because it's to do with your own uniqueness. Scorpioni, my babies, you are beautifully weird. Your beautiful weirdness, it's what is making you really powerful. Your beautiful weirdness, it's going to become obvious this week, and it's going to require your attention. You're not doing something by using your beautiful weirdness. I know it sounds bizarre. It's my ascendant, so I get it, my baby. My Scorpio is my Scorpioni, is my ascendant. So I completely get you. I completely understand you. There is a mask that is going to be fallen, and once that mask is fallen this week, you will see that there are worms, like a little bit of a rotten worms behind, but it's nothing that is going to surprise you, but then it's more going to become pretty much so even more powerful journey, which is going to be like unfolded right in front of you. It's about the confirmation. So somebody's mask is going to fall off, but you're not going to be surprised how many worms are going to be there. Like, it's going to be rotten inside of that person, but it's a person based on lots of lies. But as I said, this person is going to play a remarkable role, because it's just going to be at the moment in time when you're going to realize it's confirmation. And this is the beautiful moment in time that I'm talking about, to be yourself and to pay attention to something that you're not doing, but it's to do with you feeling, with you like responding to your own uniqueness. Something is about to call you this week. Something will be calling you, my gorgeous Scorpioni. This week it's all about your inner calling, my baby. This is more important than anything. This is more important than everything. This is more important than anything you could be doing, that anything you could be paying attention to, that anything you would want to achieve. It's about you. It's about your calling. It's about what you should be doing. It's about what you should be focusing on. It's about what you should be paying attention to. It's about what you should be a part of in order to help yourself to grow. Because this life is very short, little baby. This life is very quick. It's very short. We are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. We are 90. We still feel like we are 20. You know, I've got friends who are well over 80 years old, you know, and they still feel exactly the same. My point is that this life is really short, okay? It's our spirit within us. We learn every single day. Okay, we get new informations every single day, and this is what our job is. So sometimes these like overlords above our heads, you know, I'm not talking about God or anything like that. I'm talking about the overlords, you know. I'm talking about the people who are creating certain things in our lives, who are creating certain points in our lives, and they are making us to kind of live by the certain rules. So this is all about you freeing yourself, all about you on one hand stepping into the actual unknown, but then on another hand allowing yourself to be yourself. It is a very specific moment that you're gonna have, and this is probably one of the most powerful moments, my gorgeous Scorpioni, because it's to do with your personal enlightenment. I can't stress this enough. The reason why I mentioned all these things is about you discovering, almost like rediscovering, like the missing part of yourself. The missing part of yourself is gonna come through and shake you up like this. Scorpioni, wake up! And this is to do. Don't forget to be you. Don't forget to do you. Don't forget to enjoy yourself. Don't forget to use that weirdness in order to expand yourself, because it's not only how they say, do this, do that, do this, do that. No, baby, no. There's so many more complex things about lives that we are actually going through, but we need to allow ourselves to actually feel this, to sense this, because only then we are going to get it. Only then we're going to find ourselves on the right path, on the right journey. Only then we will know which way to go, because only us understand our own karma, our own journey. Only we understand how to look at it, and then you are about to find like rediscover something very special about yourself. So this is all to do with your specific spiritual journey, and it's all to do with a great moment of enlightenment. Something really bizarre and really strange is going to happen, my gorgeous Scorpione, and I need you to pay attention to. It's very important, okay? This is very much so to do with an element of surprise. You're going to feel mind blown, but also a little reward that you will get. And this specific reward is something that you didn't expect, but it's important for your own personal growth, for your own passion, for your own understanding. You will know that the specific annoying situation that was draining unnecessary energy out of you slowly coming to an end. But at the same time, it's about the future and opportunities ahead, okay? You will become aware of very important events. My Scorpioni, listen to me, my babies. You are going to become aware of the very important events, okay? And that in itself is going to be connected to the actual plans. And also, more importantly, it's about the future and the actual opportunity ahead. An important opportunity is going to be ahead. Just remember that reflections from the past is also going to bring you an important insight, okay? So reflection from the past is going to bring you an important insight, and that particular insight is just going to be fantastic when it comes to dealing with an obstacle that is going to come to an end, but also it's going to be brilliant when it comes to the actual safety and security. This is going to lead towards your own safety and towards your own security. On another hand, my gorgeous Scorpioni, there is going to be an important reward of an old age or experience, you know, important reward of an not old age, but like more like things that you have been doing for a really long time, you know, things that you have been focusing for a really long time, things that you have been planning for a long time, but they are going to happen with an element of surprise. So this is going to be quite interesting little reward that you are going to have, and this is all going to be part of it, you know, because it's going to connect you with yourself. You're gonna feel reconnected with yourself. And when you see the numbers repeating 777, 333, 555, 111, any combination of these numbers, my babies, 33, 333, 555, you know, 777 or 777 or 777 or 333 or 333, you know, anything, combinations that you see, you will know that it's going to take an additional 7 weeks to achieve something really special in your life, because the new path is about to open, new book is about to open, new door is about to open. This is going to have so many elements of unknown, but this is exactly what you should do and exactly where you should step in. And on another hand, it's to do with the also when you see these numbers repeating, it's to do with the revisiting old dreams and plans. You know, you need to embrace something very important. So when you see these numbers repeating, this is to do with you revisiting old dreams or plans. So when you see these numbers repeating, Scorpioni, you will know that you're about to revisit old dreams and old plans. And there are so many things that are connected to this that are so important. It's about your own rejuvenation, transformation, enlightenment, but also stepping on the path that you should find yourself on, that you should be on. There are lots of other things that were missing in your life that are going to become quite evident here. But then again, it's about you embracing your inner child, okay? And also, there will be a very special and very important moment that you're going to have when it comes to the return of people from the past, you know? Very important moment, my gorgeous Scorpioni, when it comes to the return from people from your past, because it's going to be connected to the actual action. You will know that it's time to action, but also that particular person from your past will tell you quite interesting information, and you will know that you will trust to this person, because then you will know it's to do with the change, but it's also to do with the confirmation, but it's also to do with you realizing, you know, like it's like kind of making you feel very daring. It's kind of making you feel very wondrous, you know. It's kind of also going to need from you to take the lead role, and you will know what this is to do with. It's about you putting your foot down. It's all going to putting your foot down. It's all going to make sense, my gorgeous Scorpioni, whatsoever. So now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, My gorgeous Scorpioni. I'm just going to shuffle these cards. There you go. Wow. And that one just flipped out. Look at that, the Fool. Absolutely remarkable. It goes so well with everything that I said so far. My lord, an important reward is going to come through. You have had patience, my gorgeous Scorpioni, so you will be rewarded for your patience, that's for sure. But what this means, you're going to find yourself on a really bright path. You're going to find yourself on a new path, you know, with unlimited possibilities. There's some bright prospects coming through and forward, and you're going to like it. But before that happens, you know, you're going to become the part of the situation which is going to surprise you, because you're going to respond in a certain way, and you'll feel rather daring indeed. And this is where the new opportunity is going to come through. This is where the new bright prospects are going to come through forward with unlimited possibilities. And it's remarkable because it's going to inspire you. It's about the adventure, it's about the new possibilities, it's about the new opportunities, but it's also about the right moment at the right time for this to unfold. So prepare for a very powerful spiritual journey, my gorgeous Scorpioni, indeed, because you are going to like it. On one hand, finally you're going to have a control over a situation which is going to allow you to be yourself, you know, but then on another hand, you know, there is going to be a wonderful element of surprise that you are going to have. Just remember, it's all about the actual new possibilities, new abilities, and new options which are about to become rather obvious this week, my gorgeous Scorpionis, indeed. Okay, I'm just going to be 1 second before I do the... Just 1 second. Hello. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Water. I need water in my life. Okay, so who do we have next? Sagittarini, of course, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Ooh, no, I'm joking. Now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you are next. What I want to say to you this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you know, I just see like a little bit of obstacle that you're going to have, and you're not going to like it, because this obstacle is to do with you maybe finding someone not being so honest with you. Someone wasn't as honest with you. So this is a very important sign, because you're going to be told something. Someone is going to say something to you. The certain information is going to travel towards you, and you will know deep within that this is kind of not true. You will know deep within that this is not the right thing to do, because it's going to be connected with a certain path, you know, that you should actually take. But do not ignore the voice within. Sagittarini, this is important. Do not ignore the voice of within, the voice you have within, because almost you're going to be kind of like, this is going to be connected to you having something offered to you, but something is not going to be right. Something is not going to seem clear. Something is not going to have enough clarity. There is a lot of clarity that is going to miss, and this is exactly what your sign is going to be. I want you to avoid this particular situation. Something is going to be offered to you, and you will know that something is not quite right, something is quite off. So I just need you to follow your own intuition, because your intuition is not going to lead you astray. Your intuition is going to help you to avoid this particular situation, but I just want you to kind of warn you about this. So if something doesn't feel right, then you should most certainly avoid this particular situation. On another hand, an obstacle, you know, that you are going to have also, this is important, an obstacle that you are going to have, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it is just going to be really remarkable, because somebody in your life, the certain person in your life is going to give you an advice, and it's really going to surprise you. But that particular obstacle that you are going to have from this person in your life, it's going to be really, really powerful advice in so many different ways. Because first of all, it's going to be very interesting, and then as the time goes by, it's going to make sense like there is no tomorrow. And this is going to come from someone in your life, someone who understands you, somebody who is meant to be in your life. And as I said before, these people are more important than ever, you know, because at a time with uncertainty, these people know us because they're meant to be in your life. They're meant to bring this necessary balance, and that balance help us to understand things from a slightly different angle. And that angle is going to bring you absolutely everything, because it's to do with this interesting advice, and then suddenly you are going to have this moment of wisdom. You're going to surprise yourself the way you're going to react at around the midweek, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And this is really important, because it's all about the wisdom. It's what was bothering you for the last 2 months in particular. You know, you are going to have such an important moment, very strong and powerful moment of your own personal grounding, where you're going to make this powerful decision, which is to do with the wisdom, sound judgment, and it's going to come from a serene knowledge. This is how it's going to feel. On another hand, you will kind of have a moment, of course, it's a common sense, but then on another hand, you will know that this is like coming from somewhere deep within. It's like a spiritual penetration that you are going to have, which is going to bring you hidden emotion is going to come to the surface. That hidden emotion that is going to come to the surface, it's also going to help you to realize that the actual some kind of practicality, you know, that you need to be analytical. You need to be analytical, and by you being analytical, you're going to set yourself free by making the right decision, by making the right choice, by choosing the right path. So for you to choose the right path, it's all about you thinking about your quality of life and what is making you so restrained, what was making you so restrained over the last couple of months. Now it's going to be more important than ever. Okay, there is going to be some kind of sacrifice that you are going to need to make, and this is most certainly going to become obvious because you are going to have a very unusual moment, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and an unusual moment that you're going to have. It's going to be connected to the actual deep psychic insight, okay? And this is so important for you to now trust your intuition more than ever and to follow your heart. Okay, because you will be very indecisive, and this indecisiveness that you are going to have, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's like, my God, first of all, it's going to seem like something really tiny, but this is more important than ever, more significant than ever, because at the same time you're going to redirect yourself slightly, and this redirection is also at the same time going to make you realize that there is the end of the situation that is going to bring you such an important relief. But then at the same time, it's about your victory and opportunity that you are going to become aware of, new possibility, new opportunity, new option. And once that happens, you know, there is going to be the actual wise choice that you are going to be presented with. And this wise choice is going to be absolutely everything, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because it's very important when it comes to your future. It's very important when it comes to, like, basically also when it comes to you becoming aware of the new events which are going to take place. And these events, when you become aware of these events that are going to take place, it's just going to be absolutely fantastic when it comes to you taking the next steps. Because by the time you get to the last part of this week, it's all about you taking the next steps, and you know something is going to take an additional 3 months. Something is going to take an additional 3 months, my gorgeous Sagittarinis. You are about to take the next steps. It's going to take 3 months in order for this to come through, but most certainly it's about being bold and making a rather ambitious choice, okay? What else I want you to understand is this week you are going to expand your plans, and most certainly you just need to remember to continue to move forward. Continue to move forward. Because you are also going to be dealing with like a kind of like a problematic little situation, which is just going to make you wonder, it's going to make you question yourself. But this is an important time because it's going to help you to dig much deeper, to dig very deep within. And once you do this, you see something is going to come out in a form of a new seed, which you're going to plant at the same time. And this is why I said that the next 3 months are going to be more important than ever. If you want to like kind of like go to apply for jobs, if you need it, just go for it. If you want like kind of promotion, just go for it. Just to make yourself known, you know, get yourself out there. Your energy will be very strong, and it will be very powerful when it comes to other people actually noticing it. Very, very important indeed. You know, this is about your own freedom, but it's also about your own truth. You will find out a mind-blowing truth, and it's to do with your freedom, and it's also to do with the change, and it's also to do with an opportunity that is almost immediately going to be connected to it. Indeed. Very, very important week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, where you are going to really embrace the situation that you have been keep on putting aside. You will embrace the situation that you have been keep on putting aside. And once you do that, everything will change. Nothing is going to be the same again, but in the best possible way, because it's going to bring you the inspiration, you know, that was missing in your life for such a long time. At least this is how it's going to be, because it's all about the departure, a journey, and the actual advancement into the unknown, but you feeling brave in order to make the first move. 2 of Coins. This is absolutely remarkable. This is all about the actual balance, and it's all about you making the right decision. You will be presented with an option. You will be presented with an opportunity, and this opportunity is going to be remarkable because it's going to bring you success. It's going to bring you material attainment, and also you're going to surprise yourself because you're going to find yourself on an advanced stage. And this is really important when it comes to your personal well-being, but it's also very important when it comes to your health. It's very important when it comes to things that you haven't haven't seen any improvement in a really long time when it comes to ailments, this is a wonderful moment in time, but also difficulties coming to an end, that was really bringing you down, and it's going to come through in a form of the actual stability. So now this week is going to bring you an important stability, my gorgeous Sagittarini, but then at the same time, just remember that there will be quite powerful negotiation that you're going to do, and that negotiation is going to bring you victory, it's going to bring you excitement, it's going to bring you like possibilities that you didn't have before. Very, very important. So what the decision that you're going to make is going to go a long way, and it's going to become a remarkable part of your spiritual journey, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed, okay? On another hand, there will be the reward that you're going to get from a hard work, but then at the same time, just remember, you are going to have a very sacred ability this week to actually balance many priorities at once, and determination is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Determination and willpower. Pay attention to what is making you determined. Pay attention what is bringing you that willpower. Pay attention to what is actually inspiring you, because these things are going to bring you important recognition. Okay? Absolutely remarkable, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous and my ever so precious, my beautiful, my powerful Capricornus. My gorgeous Capricornus, I love you so much, you need to, this is a bit like, you see, the first couple of days, oh gosh, they're going to be slightly darker, slightly maybe the energy is going to be a little bit negative the first couple of days, and you are going to be focusing on the actual, maybe a little bit of sadness, and purely because you're going to feel restrained caused by others. The restraint that you're going to feel caused by others is going to bring you a little bit of sadness within the first couple of days, but then again, you're almost going to have a moment like, oh God, like a loss of faith or something like that. But then again, my babies, when that moment happens, when you feel like, oh God, a little bit low, a little bit down, just remember that very, very soon you're reaching the end of that bloody dark tunnel. And once you reach the end of that tunnel, you will know that you're very near when it comes to the actual loss of faith. Please, I'm not trying to be dark Lala or anything like that, but I'm just trying to understand the steps that you're going to have, and the steps that you're going to make, and the steps that you're going to need to make, and how to recognize them before they happen. So it's all going to happen with the actual restraint caused by others, but then which is going to lead like a little loss of faith, and that in itself is going to be important, because you're going to start kind of questioning lots of things around. And these babies, once you're questioning all these things around, there is so much that is going to start flowing towards you, my Lord. And most certainly it's going to bring you the surprise realization when it comes to your own achievement, but also something that you didn't think that it's going to have such a powerful reward. That particular reward, when it comes to that achievement, is going to really surprise you, but most importantly, it's going to open your eyes, and it's also going to be connected to the actual little spiritual seed that you're going to plant, which is going to take an additional 4 months in order to happen, in order to develop, in order to unfold, in order to achieve very high aspect in your life. But it's to do with your practicality, it's to do with your practical knowledge, it's to do with your strength, and it's to do with a really important negotiation as well that you are going to have. That negotiation is going to be remarkable, because it's going to help you to learn. You're going to learn something so important about yourself, my gorgeous Capricornus, my Lord. And also at the same time, someone is going to inspire you, and that inspiration that you're going to feel is going to be remarkable, because through that inspiration, through that person, you will be able to focus and see what is bringing you down and what is actually making you frequently too restrained. And that in itself is going to require from you to be rather analytical throughout this week. But most importantly, it's about this common sense, and it's about the hidden emotion that is going to come to the surface. This is going to help you so much when it comes to an obstacle in your life, but also it's going to help you so much to see the path right in front of you. It was all the way through. It was all this time, but you didn't notice it. And we can only notice these things once we karmically reach such an important, powerful stage of our lives. On one hand, this is the end of the year. Thank God it's coming to an end, you know. On one hand, this is the end of the year, but then on another hand, it's just basically also the beginning of something very special, because this in itself is creating a very powerful and strong energy pull. And that energy pull creates a certain vibration within us. And this is the vibration that's responsible for us to act in a slightly different ways, but also to understand things that are so beneficial for us, so important for us, but also understanding that they were there like all this time. It's just up to you, my babies, when you're gonna light your own candle. And now this is the time, my baby, my gorgeous Capricornus, to light that candle, baby. Just light it. Your candle, your passion, your flame, your passion, your fire, your passion. Now it's the time for your passion. And also learn, you will want to learn so much about a certain subject, or like maybe like a career. Oh my God, desire to learn is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to be remarkable. And also that is going to require from you to go back in the past, because there is a reflection from the past that is missing. Something that you used to do, something that you used to focus on, something that kind of disappeared. So something that kind of disappeared in your life, and now this is just going to have such a bombastic moment, like a very powerful spiritual flip-flop. So an element from you from the past is about to return, and you will realize how much you were missing this. You will realize how much you need to do this. You will realize how much you need to focus on this. And someone very special in your life, like a daughter, husband, wife, blah blah blah, somebody very important in your life, it's just going to confirm something to you. They will tell you something completely unrelated to that, but then you're just going to be able to put two and two together. It's like, oh my Lord, like unbelievable, what have I been doing all this time? This is how you're going to feel. But this is important. I stress, you know, things happen in our lives when they're meant to happen, okay? We can hurry them up a little bit, but then again, you know, at the same time, we just need to wait for this spiritual vortex of energy to appear right in front of us, which is at the same time just opening the door. You are having a little portal open by the end of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, again, and it's important. That's why it's so important to pay attention to what you want to learn about. Something is going to be jumping out of you, like learn about me, learn about me. So you need to pay attention to what is calling you, okay? What you want to learn about, you know, and it's to do with a subject or career, but most certainly it's going to require from you to go back into the past, as I said. And also at the same time, you need to pay attention to details. Capricornians, this is so important. You need to pay attention to details throughout this week, okay? Because with you paying attention to details, there is like something so remarkable going to come through, something so remarkable, it's gonna come forward, and it's just gonna be connected to the actual new opportunity and the possibility, you know, and it's gonna come through you paying attention to the actual details, and you will see exactly what this is going to happen, and it's going to be mind-blowing in so many different ways, okay? You are also going to be kind of rushed towards something. If you're rushed towards something and it feels off, my gorgeous Capricornians, just run on miles. No, seriously, it's important. This is part of your transformational progress. You know, it's just a little bit of a challenge. If you feel pushed into something, if you feel like a pressurized to do something and you know it's off, please just listen to your intuition, because it's not going to lead you astray. Very important, more than ever. Very soon after, you are gonna have a confirmation about this, but also most importantly, you're gonna be able to express yourself in the way that you should be able to express yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to reach this stage just yet, okay? On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Capricornians, you know, you will embrace a very important part of your life, you know. You will embrace a very important part of your life, and it's to do with the healing chaos, but at the same time, it's to do with an opening door, the door being wide open when it comes to your own success. So embrace yourself, my gorgeous Capricornians, because you know there are things that are going to take a slightly different turn this week, and you know you are gonna find this rather beneficial, because you know on one hand maybe you will not like the way certain things are going to unfold, what you have been waiting and expecting them, but then on another hand, you know, at least it's going to redirect you, and at least it's going to give you the sense of direction that you actually need so much at this moment in time, my gorgeous Capricorn. So I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Nine of Wands, my gorgeous Capricornus. Nine of Wands. You know, you are really, there will be the situation that you're going to have, and it's going to surprise you. You are gonna find yourself like being somewhere this week where you didn't plan to be. And this is why it's so important to be as basically, you know, just be as open as you can, be as open-minded as you can, be as adventurous as you can. You need to do as much as you possibly can this week, my gorgeous Capricornians. You need to throw yourself into all sorts of opportunities and all sorts of possibilities, because on one hand you're reaching quite very, very important stage of your life, but you're not realizing this just yet. It's gonna take 2 or 3 months for you to realize this, but that's why this week you just need to be everywhere. You need to allow yourself to be part of like every possible dimension that you actually can, because there is something that is going to be revealed to you at the time when you least expected, and that in itself is going to be so important, because it's just going to help you with the temporary distractions, but then on another hand it is just going to basically bring you the stability, and it's connected to something that you really wanted to do. It's to do with your wish, what you were planning, but it's also to do with the change, and maybe you kind of going around and waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right time. I really like Nine of Wands, my gorgeous Capricornians, especially when it comes to you, because it is just like going to bring you a reward. And that reward is going to bring you opportunity. That opportunity is going to bring you possibility. That possibility is going to help you to change your mind. And once you change your mind about something, once you change your view on something, like my Lord, it is going to bring you the whole new sense of, you know, your abilities. But most importantly, it's to do with the success. Very, very important week, my gorgeous Capricornians, for you in so many different ways. So now, before I do Aquamarini, you see, gosh, my pillows. See, my red pillows. And that. Okay, just a second. I'm just going to have a little bit of water. See. I'm coming, Aquamarini. Aquamarini, Aquamarini, Aquamari, Aquamari, Aquamarini. Just 1 second, Aquamarini. You know, my gorgeous aquamarine, you know, life has just been very much so, how can I say, very complex when it comes to you. My gorgeous aquamarines, you know, the life has been very much so rather complex when it comes to you, but when it comes to this whole year 2020, but I have said this before, it's important to stress that actually you had lots of complex situations to deal with over the last 36 months, like there is no tomorrow, but in particular over the last 24 months it has been like, wow, my God, a lot was going on. So, you know, emotionally, again, you see, my gorgeous aquamarine, emotionally you're going to really have to work on things. Emotionally you will have to reconnect with people in your life as much as you can. Reconnect with people in your life. This week is more important than ever, because there is one specific person. You just need to work on something. You need to prove your point to this person. You need to use all your energy in order to express your feelings and express your emotions, because something took the wrong turn when it comes to somebody else in your life, but this person is really important. Please, I need you to understand that this person is somebody who you are emotionally very much so connected, but there is a very big misunderstanding going on, and it's nothing to do with you. And it's like a really big, huge and enormous like misunderstanding. You haven't done anything bad, you haven't done anything negative, you haven't done anything wrong to that person, but there are like some kind of elements of that person. That person is like getting lost a little bit, and that person is losing themselves a little bit, and that person in your life needs your help right now. But there was some kind of misunderstanding that kind of created a certain blockage in between you and that person, and you need to find a way how you're going to go around it to let that person know your feelings, but also to try to fix some kind of problematic like holes in this spiritual journey in between you and that other person. So this is just so important for you to, my gorgeous Capricornus, my gorgeous aquamarine, because I just did Capricornus. This is so important for you, my gorgeous aquamarine, to actually do, because you know, emotionally this is going to help you so much with your own personal balance. You know, this is the person whom you're emotionally connected to, but also at the same time you want to fix certain things, but also at the same time make your feelings known, you know. And also you need to understand that that person is a kind of like a little bit losing themselves, so they just need a bit of your touch. This is more important than ever. On another hand, you know, you're going to be worrying about this week, my gorgeous aquamarine, you know, about the situation, not even the specific situation, but you're going to be worrying a lot about your personal security and safety, because you're going to really be focusing on kind of like maybe certain people being able to do really negative things to people, you know, and you are aware of something like really deep and really important and really powerful, but you're not kind of like maybe allowed to say about it or allowed to talk about it. But this is going to be specifically on your mind, the way out of the situation that is really scaring you and making you feel really negative. You are going to have a really important moment of the rejuvenation when it comes to your spiritual enlightenment at around the midweek, and something is going to come to you when it comes to, oh, what should I do to protect myself and people in my life, blah blah blah. And that's exactly going to be part of your unfoldment. This in itself is going to lead to towards your own personal victory, but also it's going to help you to make an important progress in your life, because by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous aquamarine, there are two important stages, there are two important options, there are two important choices that you're actually going to have. I want you to understand that this is more important than ever, to realize that meditating and contemplate it is going to not only help you to turn inward to discover your soul's true desire, but it's at the same time going to happen at around the time when you are going to be like a little bit uncertain, and you're going to be a little bit confused because you're going to be uncertain whether now it's the right time for action or whether it's not the right time for action. This is the time for planning. This is the time for thinking. This is the time for meditating. This is the time for connecting and reconnecting with yourself. While you're meditating, you're also contemplating at the same time. This in itself is going to be remarkable because on one hand, it's going to help you to move back to your wholeness. On another hand, you will recognize that you have the power. You have ridiculously amazing power, and it's all about you expressing your driving passion, okay? You're basically, this is the time to let go of need to be right, and most certainly it's time to choose peace, okay? It's a healing moment in time, which is at the same time going to show you new interest. By the end of the week, my gorgeous aquamarini, by the end of the week there is a new interest that is going to be manifesting right in front of you, and you're going to like this because that new interest was completely connected to the time when you were uncertain. It was connected to the time when you were like kind of like expecting something and waiting for something, and it took such a long time, but you knew kind of like a which way to go and what to do. But then at the same time you are also going to realize that this is all about you having a control over situations, strength, courage, and that in itself is going to help you realize that it's all about the actual good news that you're going to have by the end of this week, my gorgeous aquamarini. You will have a good news when it comes to your advancement. You will have a good news when it comes to something that you expected, and this is to do with your finances. This is to do with your success. This is to do with realization, how powerful, how beautiful, how significant, how unique, and how strong you actually are. Just remember what I said at the beginning of this reading. You will have an emotional experience that is going to drain a little bit of energy out of you purely because this is going to be connected to the person whom you're emotionally connected, and they need a little bit of your help, but they also need you to understand that they're maybe not being themselves. So just try to like kind of keep this in mind. So first part of the week, it's all about emotions, my babies, but then again at the same time, the last part of this week, it's about the good news that you're going to have. When it comes to the actual determination, this is going to be fantastic. When it comes to you being able to look at the big picture, this is going to be fantastic, and you're going to start realizing this week exactly what you need to do later on. It's going to be huge, it's going to be massive, it's going to be very important when it comes to the ongoing changes that you're going to need to make in order to protect yourself, but you will know exactly what to do. The February 2021 is going to be remarkable when it comes to this, and it's going to be remarkable when it comes to the outcome of everything that I said actually so far, but in particular when it comes to this last part of the reading. It's about the good news that you're going to have, and also it's the desires. Pay attention to your desires, my gorgeous aquamarinis, because your desires are going to answer so many questions. Your desires, pay attention to your desires, because your desires are going to be magnetically connected at the same time to the results of efforts. It's going to be connected to the recognition of abilities. Is the ideas that are going to bring you determination. This is something that you need to pay attention to, because it's just going to help you so much in so many different ways, my gorgeous aquamarinis, indeed. Okay. What else I was going to say? Here we go. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous aquamarini? It's like so important because it's just like a basically it's the advice, you know. At the time when you hear this week the actual justice, you will hear like an information news, and it's going to mean to you so much. It's to do with the justice. At around that time, somebody's going to contact you. Okay, and when you get contacted by that person is going to give you the advice. This advice is not going to make sense to start with, but it's going to turn out to be rather mind-blowing really, really soon, because you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it, and that in itself is going to be a sign. That in itself is going to be an indication that you're in for the really important moment when it comes to your own personal enlightenment. You're about to actually step into the unknown, but at the the same time, you will be dealing with things that have been holding you down, and they're going to seem like just so kind of like not as difficult. They're going to seem so much easier, and this is purely because your spirit is reaching very, very important stage, very important part. There is a huge reward that is going to follow, very, very huge reward, but you will realize, you will get a glimpse, my gorgeous aquamarinis, how your life is going to be. And this glimpse is like, oh my god, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And whether you're going to get a glimpse like to your dreams, whether you're going to get a glimpse like when you wake up the first thing in the morning, whether you're going to meditate, it doesn't really matter. Very spiritual, powerful moment you're going to have when we will have this vision. And this vision is going to bring you a glimpse of future. And this glimpse of future are going to allow you to think in a certain way. And that in itself, it's also going to make you realize that there are lots of things that you will want to change about your future in order to protect yourself based on things and the situation that was happening and unfolding this week. My gorgeous aquamarini, very, very important indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week, my gorgeous aquamarini. Okay. You need to make your point, you know. You need to make your point. Because someone, you know, it's on your mind, it's going to be this week, and it is just kind of like about you making your point, improving your life, by going around and doing things in the right way, okay, by not upsetting anyone. So you need to make sure that this is the time to prove your point, put your point across, but also your job is to not to upset anyone. Don't worry, you will know exactly what I mean, okay? Very, very important to say. And on another hand, an outcome from the past effort is going to happen this week as well. In particular, specifically what was happening in between specifically what was happening in between March, April 2020 and now, okay? In specifically what was happening between March and April 2020 up until now. An outcome from the past effort is going to come through, it's going to come forward, and it's going to be remarkable because it's about your improvement, development, and also at the same time the difficulty is going to come to an end through you having this very strong and powerful possibility. You see the world, of course, remarkable. You're going to hear a good news, you're going to have an important information. This is going to this is to do with you personally. This is to do with like you feeling so optimistic, so emotional, so happy. This is about to bring a beautiful balance, because it's on one hand, you know, it's about your accomplishment. On another hand, your question is going to be answered whether you were doing the right thing or not. And then again, you know, you're going to be able to protect yourself. You will want to reward yourself. You know, this is all about your personal success, accomplishment, confirmation. But also, you know, you're going to be wondering, maybe I should do this or not. Shall I do this or not? But this is to do with your own expansion, and most certainly the answer is going to be yes, my gorgeous aquamarini. But this is fantastic, because this is the card of success, this is the card of accomplishment, this is the card of the new direction, this is the card of the new emotional experience, this is the card of an important invitation that you're going to become a part of, and this is also the card, the sign that you are going to have a heightened like a psychic abilities at the same time, and you are going to be benefiting from that like there is no tomorrow. You know, you will be wondering about a certain idea, and that idea is going to be the right thing to do, because it's most certainly going to be leading towards your own personal success. And if there is anything that you're wondering this week, shall I do this, shall I do that, if it just comes to you like a spontaneously, oh my god, this is something that you really should do, this is something that you should really pay attention to, and most certainly go for it, because it's going to be an integral part of your spiritual journey, and it's going to help you to move forward. Okay, very, very important indeed. Okay, so now sorry, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Piscelini. Do you know what, my gorgeous Piscelini? This is brilliant. This is brilliant. You know, you're gonna have a bit of a flip-flop moment, and I really like this flip-flop moment, my gorgeous Piscelini, you know, because again, I'm talking about yin-yang. So in every good is bad, in every bad is good. You know, it's balance in everything. It's balance everywhere. Balance is needed. We want balance. We need balance, because this is the way the world is. This is the way the life is. This is the way the energy is. So within the first couple of days, you're gonna feel a little bit confused, my gorgeous Piscelini. You're gonna feel the lack of determination, and you're gonna feel the lack of direction. I can see you worrying a little bit, and I can see you being a little bit deep, you know. On one hand, this is to do with like a lot that's happening around the world at the moment, but then on another hand, this is to do with this time of the year, that it's a quite a little bit of like a maybe an unusual time of the year when things are like a little bit highlighted, in particular when it comes to like a slight darkness around us. People are thinking a lot at around this time of the year, because it's the end of the year, and it's creating this particular energy shift, which is on another hand creating this energy pull, which is affecting our vibration in such a way that if we are really deep and we are really spiritual, then we've got this ability to expand our subconscious mind into all sorts of directions, all sorts of dimensions. But this is so great, because it's at the same time going to bring you this wonderful and very important balance, because through you feeling lack of determination or this direction or desire within the first couple of days, you know, you're gonna be, something is gonna be brought to your attention at the same time, and this is going to surprise you, and this is going to be connected to things that you didn't plan, and it has got nothing to do with you, but it's just going to inspire you. It's about inspiration, it's about determination that you're going to have, that you're going to get, that you're going to find really beneficial indeed, and it's going to happen when you least expected. My gorgeous Piscelini, you can expect a very quite interesting opportunity, and I really like this, because that interesting opportunity is going to help you to understand yourself and the certain parts and elements of yourself, but at the same time it will be very daring situation for you to go through, but it was something will be pushing you through, something will be pushing you forward, and it's just so much so to do with you following your instincts. It's more important than ever, because you will know that there are bright prospects and unlimited opportunities and possibilities connected to this, and this is exactly what you need, my gorgeous Piscelini, in order to move forward, in order to go through this door. By the time you get to the actual midweek, it is about control over situation that you are going to have. Your lucky number, it's going to be actually number 11. This is a powerful number, and you are at the beginning of a very, very important stage of your life. And what's remarkable and magical about it, that nothing will feel different, nothing will seem more significant as ever. And also, it's what's remarkable is that even if you're thinking about like how certain things are going to develop and unfold, you will not be able to come up with like some kind of idea, because it's all going to be connected to the situation that is going to blow you away, but it's going to make you think, you know, it's going to make you focus, it's going to turn you towards a certain path and direction that you wouldn't be normally turned. And this is what number 11 is. You're going to have a very important moment, you know. This is to do with your spirituality, this is to do with your rejuvenation, this is to do with you having like a very, very powerful psychic experience, like an enlightening experience, where on one hand your own truth, it's going to come out, and that truth is just going to shine absolutely everywhere, you know, in your life, and it's most certainly going to not only bring a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's at the same time going to help you to have a control over situation. It's going to bring important strength, courage, my gorgeous Piscelini, and also at the same time it's about the energy and determination. You know, I like it, because now you will know this is the time for action. This is the time for action, because through your own confidence you will do something very daring, and that is going to help you to understand yourself, but at the same time it's about the accomplishment. When you hear about the accomplishment, okay, then you will know it's time to take action. Now it's more important time to take action than ever, because what you're going to do is you're going to be provided with a choice by the end of the week, and that choice will be very, very wise indeed, very, very wise choice, and also it's connected to a rather exciting opportunity, okay, something very lucrative, something very important, and very like safe. It's going to come out of it later on, but most certainly it is going to be like like a starting with a significant option and the ability for you to come through and the ability for you to come forward. Also, on another hand, this week, it's going to bring you the actual, the information is going to come to you. Someone is going to contact you. Someone is going to come through. Someone is going to come forward and they will tell you something. And that information that you will have is just going to be like, almost like, oh my God, okay, now at least I know what I'm going to do. Now at least I know what I'm going to need to do. Now at least I know which path I need to take. This is a powerful moment in time because it's also connected to the end of the situation that was bringing you like a little bit of a sadness, but then at the same time, this is all about the opportunity for happiness, my gorgeous Piscelini. This week, by the end of the week, you will know that this is your time is coming. This is your moment, and it's going to bring you the opportunity for happiness. But at the same time, you are already standing at the entrance. You're already having the window open. You're already having the door open, and you're standing at the entrance, and it's right now, it's time for you to realize this. Okay, it's all up to you, and it's down to you, my gorgeous Piscelini, when you're going to realize this. And it's to do with the end of the situation that is going to bring you like a really nice relief, the end of the sad situation. But then again, that is going to be connected to the opportunity, for new happiness. This is brilliant because you will almost instantly will feel like a weight of your shoulders has been lifted. But then at the same time, it's going to require from you to have a certain reaction. This is the time of self-illumination, but at the same time, it's like an advice that you're going to have, and that advice is going to help you to realize not to be in a self-denial, not to be in a self-denial. This is all about you coming to terms that your life is about to change, but it's also going to be necessary for you to make the necessary steps. And the only way to make the necessary steps is you need to allow yourself to be who you are. You need to do what you want to do. You need to express yourself the way you want to express. Only that is the way to live your life. Only that way you're going to achieve the maximum things in this life, my gorgeous Piscelini. So this is something that you really strictly need to remember. More important than ever, because it's going to help you to deal with like a difficulties, maybe certain difficulties that you had so far. But also on another hand, something is going to be offered to you this week, and you are going to like it, and it's most certainly going to help you so much to actually make a decision about the future and also realize the opportunity ahead. Just pay attention, my gorgeous Piscelinis, because you're going to realize very, very interesting opportunities ahead. It's something that I really need you to pay attention to. Okay, what you need to do is you need to continue with a certain effort until the full success is attained. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. You're going to be very, very soon rewarded for your patience, my gorgeous Piscelinis, indeed. Okay. So now I'm just going to, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to say this, yeah? It's about focus, potential, transformation. Focus, potential, transformation. These three things is what I need you to remember. Focus, potential, and transformation, because this week is going to be highly transformational. This week you will do something and you're also going to surprise yourself at the same time, and look at this, 7 of coins. It is just about you expressing yourself. It's about you doing things right. It's about you changing your mind as well about certain things in your life, and you will see how important it was for you to change your mind. But you will not do that on purpose, because suddenly you're going to start feeling connected to things that you haven't been connected to, and this is something that is going to be very important for you to understand. It's about your inner calling. It's about your own spirituality, but it's also like about your individual spiritual journey. This week you need to understand, the more you express yourself the way you want to express yourself, that's going to be better. The weirder you are, the better it's going to be. The more you express yourself, the more it's going to be. The more you're going to attract this absolutely vibrant, super unique energy towards yourself, which is going to bring you super unique opportunities. Please communicate. Let me tell you, please, I hope you understand, the communication is so important. You expressing yourselves and communicating as much as you can is more important than ever, because there will be quite a significant conversation that you're going to have with someone, and I need you to understand that the more you express yourself and the more you're honest with this person, the better it's going to be, because there will be a little surprise. something is going to be offered to you, but it's all about you allowing this energy to come out of you. And also, even if you're not thinking about any like a meetings or any kind of like a talking to people or anything like that, what you need to do this week, just do what follow your bliss. Just follow your bliss. Do things that makes you feel good. Do things that make you feel right. Do things that make you feel excited. The more you do them, the more you're going to understand. The more you understand, the more you're going to achieve. The more you achieve, the more you're going to get. The more you get, the more you're going to gain. The more you gain, the more opportunities you're going to have. The more opportunity you have, the more realization you will have what path exactly you need to take. Very important week, my gorgeous Pisceans, indeed. And it's also like basically the decision that you're going to make, you know, it's going to kind of surprise you at around the end of the week, but you will know that it's actually going to be for the best. Very important week. Pay attention to your dreams throughout the week. I know I said this before, but it's more important than ever to pay attention to your dreams. But if you don't remember your dreams, it doesn't matter, because there is a revelation that you're going to have the very first thing you wake up in the morning. From the mid this week until the end of the week, these days are so important to pay attention to what is on your mind. Something is going to be revealed to you on one hand, but on another hand, it is going to be clear indication what you should do, what path you should take, and it's going to surprise. You're going to think, like, why am I thinking about this? That's strange. No, baby, no. It is very important because it's coming deep from within, from the like a very deepest part of your own spirituality, which on another hand comes from us being able to, when we dream, our subconscious mind, it expands itself into all sorts of directions. So therefore we are able to understand our lives from a completely different angle. So these are very sacred informations that we have in the morning. So some kind of guidance you are going to have, something is going to pinpoint into you that you should be paying attention to in your life, and it's going to surprise you, really. But then again, just do it. You will see exactly what I mean, because very soon the things are going to have an absolutely remarkable turn, a remarkable unfoldment when you least expect it. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light, my gorgeous people. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.